Hello, 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 guys. Happy Tuesday. Today is what? It's 2/22/22. So I hope today you all are in a spirit just of manifesting great things, feeling confident about where you're headed in your business, and if you're not, well, guess what? We're going to get that together today. So, today I want to talk to you guys about what are the three just mindset blocks that are really keeping consulting businesses from having successful launches. And so, a lot of times when we think about a successful launch, when we think about a successful business or a successful CEO, a lot of times we are thinking about the skill sets, right? The hard skills, the soft skills. We're thinking about how well this person can market, how well this person can sell. But I found that it goes beyond what you can do, and successful launches go beyond your ability. Really, a lot of successful launches start in the mind, they start with your mindset. And so, for all of you who really think that mindset is important and really put a lot of value towards mindset, that you're gonna love, love, love this topic. And so, the reason I want to talk about this today is because, as a brand strategist, it's really important for you to be aware of the ways that you stand in your own way, especially when it comes to creating plans for your business, especially when it comes to strategic planning. And so, the first thing I want you to recognize is that strategic planning is your next hard after finding your niche, meaning that for most of us, the most difficult thing that we're going to do in our business is to get a niche, to decide what it is we're going to do, to decide who it is we're going to serve. This is typically the first hard. This is the first thing that you'll find will hold you up, stress you out, frustrate you. The first decision that you have to make that you might feel is impossible to make. The first decision you might have to make that you feel is such a challenge. And so strategic planning is going to be your first heart. It is the first thing that you have to do to be successful in business. Once you figure that out, your next hard is going to be strategic planning. And I want you all to see the correlation here because it's really difficult because both of these are big decisions. And a lot of times when we're making these decisions in our business, they almost feel like decisions that you can't take back. Like, who's felt like that? Like, oh my gosh, if I put it out there that I'm doing this is going to be so hard to undo. And I think that is what makes these things so hard is decision making, right? Making big decisions. The first thing you have to realize when it comes to your mindset, when it comes to building your business, is every single day you are making decision after decision after decision, every single day, right? So when I am talking to someone, I'm making a decision on what is going to be the best service for them. When I'm talking to someone, I'm making a decision on, will we mesh well? Does this make sense for both of our businesses, right? Trying to walk in integrity as a business owner while really serving the most effective customer that you can. All these things are critical. And so when you think about the amount of big decisions that you have to make as a CEO, it's no wonder that you run into some mindset blocks. So guys, let's jump into these mindset blocks because I am ready. If you guys are ready, go ahead and comment ready for me. The first mindset block that most people experience is the obvious one. It's going to be fear of failure, right? Fear of failure. A lot of times when it comes to your business, when it comes to really building out a plan, the biggest reason we don't create plans is because now that's an expectation that we have to live up to. And the reality is, a lot of us know that, hey, if I create this plan, then that actually means I'm putting my stake in the sand and I'm saying this is where I want to be. So that creates room for the possibility of failure. And that's the first reason we really don't plan. If we go a little bit deeper, where do we think we'll fail, especially when we have multiple offers? We are really afraid of confusing our audience. So we know that we've put time, energy into our audience. We know that we've put time and energy into our content marketing, into our structure, right? We know all about that. And so when you think about that, when you really consider, like, hey, what is it going to take for me to get this done? What is it going to take for me to promote this new service I have that I think is really, really great for my audience, but maybe is a little bit different than what they're used to from me? And so, number one, you have to realize, like, if you look at luxury brands across the world, they all have different offerings, right? Louis Vuitton doesn't just sell purses. Porsche doesn't just sell one model of car. They also sell trucks, right? And when you think about that, when you think about Toomey, right? They have book bags, they have rolling bags. Like, the thing you have to remember is it's not about staying in one lane, right? Or staying in one small area or one small corner of your business. And you don't have to do that. Now, a lot of people choose to do that and it works for them. It works for them. But what I'm saying is that if you say, hey, I have these other services that I know other people can benefit from, then you can't worry about confusing your audience. What you really have to worry about is making sure that each piece makes sense, right? Louis Vuitton didn't go from handbags to, neckties, right? They went from handbags to wallets because it was the next best thing. And so, in the same way, in your business, instead of having this fear of, oh my God, I'm going to confuse my audience, instead think about, how can I continually add value to my audience? Because once they go through whatever it is you're teaching them, once they complete whatever the consulting process is right now, there's going to be more that they need. So it's figuring out what is that more. The next mindset block I want to talk about is one that a lot of people do not recognize, and that is the fear of success. So many of us have this fear and we don't even realize it. Let me tell you how it shows up. What am I going to do if I enroll X number of clients? How am I going to manage X number of clients? Where am I going to spend my money? Who is the first employee I'm going to hire? What if I hire someone and they don't do a good job? What if I hire someone and they steal all my clients from me? Those are the ways that the fear of success manifests itself. And what happens as a result, once again, all of these mindset blocks prevent us from doing strategic planning, which is a key part of having a successful launch. Because if you don't have the right materials in place, if you don't have the right strategies in place, if you don't have the right marketing campaigns in place, then your launch is not going to do as well as it could have. And so the second mindset block, guys, is fear of success. It's really fear of success. It's all about, like, feeling like, oh my God, if I'm successful, it is a new vein for me. If I hit, triple the leads or quadruple the leads, that's new. That's new. And when we run into these things that are new, no matter how positive they may be, they're still new and they still tend to induce fear in our minds, which is completely normal because we're humans. That's how we operate, right? Okay, so let's talk about this third one. And this is probably one of the biggest mindset blocks that I've found. People say, I don't have the time. I don't have the time to do strategic planning. I can't afford to take off 3 days of my business to get it done. I can't afford to give an hour here, an hour there to this process. And I hear you. But the thing is, can you afford to spend money that you shouldn't be spending? Can you afford to miss out on opportunities because you weren't prepared for them? Can you afford to lose out on leads because you weren't paying attention to your data? Like, if you can afford all those things, then maybe not. But I think it's really important to think about not just the time I'm losing, but if I don't invest this time into this process, what else will I lose? You know, the biggest thing you're going to lose is, like, save cost savings. That's the biggest thing you're going to lose, because when you don't have a plan, you have a tendency to overspend in your business. And not only that, you're going to end up spending money on things that are not your golden bullet. My job as a strategic as a strategic planner in your business is to find your golden bullet, or bullets, because sometimes it's several things. But if we don't find that for you, what you'll find is you'll go around solving 1,000 problems when you could have solved one and it would have taken you 10 times further. And so the biggest thing you have to realize is it's not about finding the time for strategic planning. It's about realizing the importance of strategic planning and doing what is necessary for you to get where you want to go. It's not enough to decide every morning when you wake up what you're going to do as a CEO. You have to have a CEO schedule. You have to know what are we selling for the next quarter. You have to know what operations do we need to improve for the next quarter? As these clients come in, where do you need to focus? These are all things you have to be aware of. And the other thing you have to remember is as the CEO, you are going to have blind spots. You're going to have blind spots, guys. It's normal because you have not been exposed to every industry. You have not been exposed to every trade. And so as you grow in business, no matter how many years of experience you have, there's always going to be someone that knows something you don't, right? And so the next mindset block that I want to talk about really is like, man, making sure that you keep a humble spirit and a humble attitude and are always open to learning because every industry is different and they're doing different things. And so if you can pull an industry trend from an industry that's not yours and implement it, you'll be ahead of the curve. And so blind spots are a really big problem area when people do strategic planning on their own. And that's why you see so many people bring in outside consultants like myself who are well versed in multiple industries that can really come into your business and provide you with a unique perspective so that you're not just thinking in the box and that you're really thinking about all the possibilities that are out there. Remember, strategic planning is going to help you to eliminate some major decision making throughout the year. And that doesn't mean you stop making decisions altogether. And I always like to say this, guys, strategic planning is a pathway, it is not a jail, right? Meaning that just because you create a plan in a certain way, the goal for you is to create the plan. Make some decisions so that way, as things adjust, as the market adjusts, as your clients adjust, as they give you additional feedback, you can pivot, you can shift, and you can do so with agility so that you can meet that market needs, so that you can catch that market timing. And so, getting rid of these mindset blocks, right? Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of not having enough time, getting through those things will really just help you realize like, if I just do the strategic plan, all those things I had fear of failure, what will we do if we fail? That's a part of your strategic plan. What will we do if our audience gets confused? They won't because we're going to make sure through the strategic plan. What will I do when I win? The strategic plan. You know, what about if I'm struggling to find the time? The strategic plan. The strategic plan has all of the answers in it. And so, what you'll realize once you get past all these mindset blocks is the very thing you were afraid of, is the very thing that's the answers to all of your fears. So I want you guys to keep that in mind. So if you guys have not met me before, so nice to meet you. My name is Gabby. I'm a brand strategist and I specialize in helping brands provide luxury experiences to their clients and scale without the frustration, the frazzle, and just helping people to get beyond where they are right now. That's my specialty. I'm the most organized person I know. And so strategic planning was a no brainer for me with all my years of experience in consulting. So if you're interested in getting past these mindset blocks, if you know you are like, okay, it is about to be March. I have not done my strategic planning, even though I promised myself I would, and I just didn't make it happen yet, that is okay. I am currently booking strategic planning days for March right now. And so if you're interested, I want you to go ahead, look in the caption of this post and click that link or simply DM me and we'll go from there, right? Also, this Friday, I'm super excited to announce that I'll actually be speaking at Howard University to their branding students. And so I'm really excited about that opportunity. If you are interested in having me come speak to your group, whether it's a corporate group or whether it's a university group, I am more than happy to come. Simply reach out to me either via email or through any of the contact buttons here or on my profile, and I'll be happy to assist you. But guys, it is 22, 22. I have to remind you that. And so I'm so glad that we talked about these mindset blocks today because I don't want them to block you for the rest of the year. And so today, as you begin to manifest everything you want, everything you wish for, everything you dream for in your business, whether that's more time, whether that's more flexibility, whether you want to get some things off of your plate so that you can really focus in on your zone of genius. Whatever it is, the answer is within the strategic plan. It's within really creating milestones so that you can get from where you are to where you want to be. Thank you so much for joining. If you know someone that really needs to hear this, send this video to them. If you have any questions for me, shoot me a message. I don't bite, and I will talk to you guys later. Have a great rest of your week.